Welcome to the Eclipse Exchange Podcast. I'm Aaron Parkin. This is Louis Dowson. This is going to be an update on the latest and greatest from the Eclipse Group. So what are we going to be covering, Louis?
Well, we're going to be covering our latest products and software updates, some industry insights, and we're going to have some very special guests on. So we hope you enjoy. So, Aaron, for those who don't know what Eclipse is and what Jaltest is, do you want to give the listeners a bit of an insight into what it is we do and who we are?
Sure. So, back in 2005, actually, it was my dad and at the time his business partner set up Eclipse, selling a multi-brand diagnostic tool for commercial vehicles.
Sure.
So it was a massive, obviously, I say, hole in the market for this and something to back it up, something to support it.
Sure.
So that's why we now exist as we do. But this is someone now that can pick up the phone, can answer any questions, talk through procedures with someone. So almost like having a bit of a second opinion on something, really.
Sure.
A helping hand.
Sure.
I'll let you go into more detail.
Yeah, I mean, that's that, really. Probably where our reputation lies, doesn't it? In that after sales support, you know, we do sell the best multi-brand diagnostic tools, but we'd also back it up with great IT and vehicle support, you know, UK based, that Monday to Friday, 8:30 till 5:30, somebody to call, as you say, when you have an issue with the vehicle, when you have an issue with the software, or even if, you know, you need a second opinion, or you have, you know,
it's confidence, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is.
Sometimes the tool can be as good as you like it to, but I think without someone giving you a bit of confidence, that it just needs that sometimes.
Absolutely. And obviously, I mean, that's Eclipse and Cojali, obviously the business that makes Jaltest, based in Madrid. That's quite right, isn't it?
It is.
Obviously multi-billion pound company, and they make just about everything nowadays, repair related. They make tools for the workshop, obviously diagnostics that we sell, but also parts. God knows how many thousands of employees they have.
And that's the way I always compare it, really. It is, if they're making their own NOx sensors, fans, etc., the kit has to be good enough for those products. So the kit is where it is because they make their own components.
Sure.
And ultimately, it's where Jaltest come from, is testing their own components with their own tool.
And, you know, pretty much every workshop nowadays, I know we were talking the other day about, you know, who are buying Jaltest, and it's not just your repairers anymore. You know, it's the operators, the small operators as well. I know we were talking about one particular customer with 2 vehicles that bought Jaltest, and we were like, he only has 2 trucks. And his point of view was, well, it's much cheaper than buying a 3rd truck, right?
It is.
So, I mean, it's everywhere. And I suppose it comes back to that question of, why do we need these products nowadays? Why do you need a diagnostic tool if you are a vehicle repairer or operator?
Important point you make. And that is simply, you can't do the job without it these days. You cannot do the job without it these days.
No.
To the point now where we are friendly with dealers because they are wanting to do this sort of thing.
Everybody wants to be a one-stop shop.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And this is why Jaltest has become very, very popular across the UK.
Yeah.
And we work across the south. I mean, we've seen a lot of it in the south and South Wales as well. Just how important diagnostics are.
Sure, and that's probably one thing we should cover as well. So Eclipse are a UK-based distributor for Jaltest, but we also cover Ireland as well. Me and Aaron covering the south of England and South Wales. We obviously have several other sales guys who I'm sure the viewers will meet at some point in the future. Lucky. Who obviously cover, you know, the islands, you know, Scotland and the northeast, the northwest, and obviously that North Wales, where, you know, it's probably going to take us a few hours to get to.
Cornwall's better enough.
Yeah. You can keep Cornwall.
Oh, I love it. But that's it. And that's a big point to make, is that we do on-site demonstrations.
We're the one-stop shop, I suppose.
We do go out to see these people. It's not all done from here. Our technical support is UK based. It's Derbyshire based. It's all from here.
Absolutely.
It's not, you're not calling.
I mean,
elsewhere.
Something as well, you know, diagnostics as a tool. I know we were saying the other day that, you know, diagnostics aren't just diagnostics anymore. You know, it's a lot more than that. You know, the Jaltest isn't just there's your fault code, you know, go and do the rest. It leads you to the guide of or path of repair. it gives you that ability to program a new component, calibrate something, code new injectors, and force a regen. I mean, we weren't around at that time. Pretty sure we were primary school or whatever, 2005. But
and this brings us back. I can remember at the time being younger, and my dad obviously telling me stories about diagnostics and how it was changing.
And on the back of a trailer.
And hearing actually the stories, and seeing it for myself, going out with it at a young age. Seeing it from where it was,
seeing it develop.
Where it is now, it's just unbelievable. 5 years. What's happened in 5 years?
Crazy amounts.
We're going to upgrade customers now that have had Jaltest for 5
and 6, you look
7, 8
back
years.
at it and you think, wow.
It's changed. It's always been a very good product, but in these 5 years, it's got even better.
And vehicles have got smarter, so naturally Jaltest has to be smarter.
It does.
Obviously, all the emissions problems that these vehicles are having, and not just vehicles, but machinery as well. And what I know we'll cover the other modules that Jaltest.
I mean, we're knocking on the door of Euro 7.
Sure.
So who knows?
I don't know how they're going to make them any more efficient.
No, it's going to happen. Jaltest are more than ready for it already. This is what we're putting confidence into our customers with, really, and who knows in another 5 years where it will be again. But Jaltest are well on top of this.
And coming back to the question, I suppose, is why should you buy a multi-brand diagnostic tool if you're an operator, if you're a repairer? And there's several different reasons.
I think you've hit it on the head there. It is a repair tool now. It isn't glorified code reader these days. It really is a start here, you're finished here.
And if you're a repairer, if you're a commercial vehicle repairer, how many diagnostic products are you going to need to buy to cover all those brands, trucks, trailers, all the manufacturers, in van, exactly, DAF, Volvo, Mercedes, Iveco, and then you've got all the van manufacturers as well, and the Wabcos, the Norbrems, the Haldex on the trailer sides, and all the braking systems. Jaltest will cover all those commercial vehicle all in one, and give you 95% of what those manufacturers can do. And if you are a repairer, your customers are going to be happy, because if they run a multi-brand fleet and you work with a haulage company that has 15 Ivecos and 20 Volvos and 30 Mercedes, if you have a Jaltest, you're going to be able to cover their entire fleet, not just fault codes, as I said, but programming stuff, getting it ready for an MOT, resetting systems, resetting service lights, all these things now that you have to do with a diagnostic tool.
I'm sure we're going to talk about it anyway, but MOT law.
Sure, the change in 2018. I know we were talking as well about how it's taken off in the last few years, and we've definitely seen an increase in inbound inquiries into Eclipse of, there is a lot of noise that we're making and we have built that reputation there, but there definitely is an even greater need for diagnostics, right? And I think, just look at the past year for us. It's been crazy. During obviously the COVID implications and the pandemic, we've had our best year. And I think that is down to repairers. They're so busy. That's not just the OEs, the manufacturers, the dealers, but the third party repairers are so busy. And then the operators are seeing those implications, seeing those costs, the downtime, and they're obviously being sort of, I suppose, forced into, or given no other alternative but to look into doing their own repairs themselves. Yeah, absolutely. And then, you have a fault, you can't take it into the repairer, 2 or 3 days have passed, and the downtime costs of that vehicle are just astronomical. So if you have your own diagnostic tool like Jaltest, that pretty much is a one-stop shop, it's going to diagnose the fault, it's going to give you the components that are related to the error, condemn with our equipment, replace that component and program it. The whole facility, the facility gives you the whole platform to go and repair that vehicle.
Coming back to Jaltest again, obviously we'll cover the software and what Jaltest does in another episode, but giving parameters, what you're looking for, not just giving you a vague idea of where to look for, but these are your parameters. Go and check them, go and have a look at them.
If you're a third party repairer,
you could be looking at Mercedes one day, Volvo the next. You just don't know what's coming into your workshop.
Absolutely, and you could be a Mercedes and a Volvo expert. You could even be ex-Mercedes, ex-Volvo tech. But if you don't know IV codes and you're not sure what your fuel pressure should be, Jaltest. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. And this is where we're getting with this. It's no longer a code reader.
Sure.
It is a tool for the workshop.
Sure. And we won't just cover those commercial vehicles and the car world as we have since 2005.
Which, by the way, we do. The full sort of package. We'll come back into in a minute what we do in terms of coverage. But
for car.
From a car right up to a boat, I suppose.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
These days. But we'll cover that in a minute.
Yeah. We'll cover it now, I suppose. But the car side of things, obviously covered by our Edis product, and obviously Jaltest will do everything larger than what a Bipper,
so Bipper
Connect. A Ford Transit Connect sort of size.
Really?
Yeah, sure.
And very well, actually.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not surprised because Jaltest is so good, but when you look through your lighter commercials, are these days as good on the lighter commercial to what we are on.
And it's just because it covers all these different vehicles, so many different manufacturers, doesn't mean that it's so watered down. These software engineers in Spain have gone
they're very good.
Full send.
Which puts us in a good place on our demonstrations.
Sure.
It fills us with confidence with the customer. We know that this product
is going to be able to do that vehicle. And very well.
So much development in it. A lot of hours
sure.
back over in Spain just
developing
this product.
Sure. And I suppose that leads into the next point, which I know you wanted to cover, which was we don't just cover car and commercial vehicle. We've been doing an awful lot in the machinery world, which is totally new for us because we like our cars. And I suppose because we like our cars, we recognize the truck manufacturers because obviously there's a lot of crossover there. But we're now doing a lot of excavators and telehandlers and agricultural stuff, shredders. We got power screeners.
We were down in Bristol last week. Yourself the week before that, and just being sometimes plugged into these big shredders,
£500,000 machines.
Brand spanking new machines that haven't seen a bit of dirt on them. That is a perk of the job. So from the machinery world right onto then agricultural, which by the way, on agricultural, to be these days,
well, they're smarter than trucks.
They are. You look through a John Deere, there's about 40 different calibrations on one of the models.
Lights?
Yeah, lights. Looking through them, every single light is listed calibrations, which that is the point. You look at this equipment and go, it's absolutely needed. How can you do that job without something that can calibrate each light?
Sure. Vehicles, machinery, they're getting worse. You need a computer to reset something. Back in the day, I was talking to a customer, he made me laugh the other day. He said he'd get a screwdriver and put it against the engine cover and just listen. That's how he used to diagnose. But nowadays, I was speaking to one of the Daft master techs, and he was telling me, they have 6,000 faults codes for engine. 6,000.
Which, by the way, I'm pleased you said that actually with Jaltest as well. Manufacturer fault codes. Whatever you see on that screen is as per manufacturer.
Absolutely.
It's not made up.
Nope.
It's not their own.
Nope.
It is pure manufacturer information. And this is a big thing with, again, coming back to dealers, the third party. They're talking the same language as these guys.
Absolutely.
But sure. No, carry on. So through to agricultural.
So we, the Jaltest is just as, what's the word I'm looking for? Comprehensive. On a truck, on a van, on a trailer, or a bus, as it would be on a tractor, or a telehandler, or an excavator. Or even, I know we've started doing a lot of obviously it was originally covered by the guys upstairs, but a lot of demonstrations in the marine world as well now.
Which is a new product. So it's actually on the same
Volvo,
link.
Penta, dealers, repairers, even looking at Jaltest to give them obviously a wider coverage.
That's it. And obviously marine is on the same link these days. So it's a case of software.
Why don't we get into the Jaltest link then? So this is what the user will be plugging into the vehicle, into the vessel, into the machine. And then it communicates with I've got to reach for it, with our test pad. So I don't know if you want to tell the viewers about these two products that we have here?
So I guess just again, we'll go more into depth on another episode about the software and what we've got covered. I guess we'll both do that. But ultimately, the PC, so it's a TestPad Extreme Pro, 14 hours battery life. It's a toughened screen case. It's a proper bit of kit built for the workshop. Essentially, that's what we've gone onto these days. And then obviously that is then linked to, I'd say 18 months ago, new link from Jaltest. So what they call the version 9, and this is basically set up for just like we've been talking about, actually the latest protocols in trucks,
the Euro 6,
the very new Euro 6s, which is broken down on the kit to Euro 6, and then the brand new protocols on the Euro 6s, which is all there.
And that's what this was released for.
Absolutely released for, and this is why.
But it's still all backwards compatible, right? So we can still do, your W reg, your Y reg.
Oh yeah, and haven't we been plugged into some?
The very first, it's all backwards compatible, I suppose, is the term.
Well, myself, I've plugged into unregistered vehicles with this equipment, so I know it is absolutely from first compatible right up to
sure. So you're plugging in to the vehicle or to the vessel, to the machine with the Jaltest link, and obviously we have a variety of different manufacturer cables if we need them. Taking power from the vehicle, and then you have up to 80 meters Bluetooth. 80 meters Bluetooth to the PC TestPad Extreme, with plenty of battery life. What is it? 10 hours battery life?
Yeah, it depends on how it's used. But basically all day use, really. That's the point of it. But something nice and easy to use, really. And that's us.
And I suppose that's another thing as well. Not only has the diagnostics hardware and software changed, but over the years as well, we've had to sort of adapt with the changing in technology with the computers, right? So the PC, and we have a fantastic product here. It's very highly regarded with our customers who have purchased it. Over the last 18 months, did you say? I think that's when it was released.
It's roughly about how it's been going for in terms of this new sort of marriage.
Sure.
I know what to describe it as, really. But no, we have seen it evolve even in the last 2-3 years. So it's only ever getting better, this product.
So there are other multi-brand diagnostic tools.
There are.
This isn't the only one, but why, what sets Jaltest apart, shall we say? What makes them the number one?
I think we've covered it, haven't we, a lot anyway, but reiterating manufacturer fault codes, descriptions, your locations and component pictures, knowing where something is, what something looks like, your parameters to go and check them with.
Sure.
So it's never going to condemn. It's going to go and tell you to go and test.
It's not just giving you a piece of the puzzle. It's giving you the puzzle. That's it. It's giving you the answer to the puzzle. And everything you need to find the answer, shall we say?
Exactly. And my latest sort of thing I spotted with Jaltest is troubleshooting. Literally, right, step 1, start here to step 15, let's say, you'll end here, clear errors. So coming back to what you sort of said earlier about being a path of repair sort of workshop tool, it's there.
It's going to cover it, of course. And I'm sure, we do have plans for other episodes to delve deeper into the software coverage, the capability of the Jaltest. I'll give that back to you so you can put that back, and I'll put that back on there we are. Obviously, Jaltest, so sought after nowadays, within the UK and around the world. God knows how many millions, hundreds of thousands of units are across the world, and used in all sorts of workshop situations.
We have been all sorts of places, haven't we? This is the perk of our jobs. Sure. Essentially, is seeing every day somewhere different. You're not just gonna. It's not about just buying a diagnostic tool. As we say, you need to do a lot more nowadays.
There
used to be a luxury. There used to be a luxury there to help you, and to make your life a little bit easier.
Now they're a compulsory.
They are. Just like we said, you can't program a light now without a diagnostic tool. And with the right one. And again, what sets it apart? We've sort of talked about this, but it is, as you'd expect a diagnostic tool to be. It doesn't miscommunicate.
It diagnoses it for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why you pay.
Sure. Absolutely. Well, I suppose if any of viewers are interested in Jaltest, interested in what we can do for a repairer, you know, and help them improve their workshop for their customers, or even an operator, you know, with several vehicles who do their own repairs. Obviously, we do those on-site demonstrations, as you mentioned.
And it's splitting it apart from saving money or making money.
Absolutely.
That's each to their own on that. An operator, you want to save money, keep it in-house. If you're a third-party repairer, then you want to be making money from the
absolutely.
Store, which is, by the way, absolutely doable. With obviously things we hear day to day. And the capabilities the kit can carry out.
And I suppose what you mean by making money is charging for those services, because at the end of the day, if you send your Mercedes into Mercedes to have something done, you know, there's going to be a charge on it, whether or not they did it with their hands and it took 3 hours to take a gearbox out, or whether it was calibrating some suspension height sensors on the Mercedes equipment.
And what Jaltest, as we know, is already good at is generating reports.
To finish.
These are your fault codes. This is what I want to carry out, and this is the errors cleared.
So you can give that to a customer and say, look, here's the work that I've done. Here was the fault. I've rectified the issue, as you can see on the report. And there's the invoice, there's the bill.
And that is exactly, as a repairer, that's what you need
to
make your life easier.
Yeah.
That, you could be telling the customer anything. So it's that proof.
So these demos then, obviously we both do them, the other sales guys do. You know, all you have to do is inquire, our website or call our local number in Derbyshire, and you'll speak to one of the sales guys there, and obviously we'll come out, plug into a vehicle. We obviously regularly go out to customers and get plugged in and show what Jaltest can do. And I suppose if you want any more details, reach out to your local rep or Eclipse.
That's it. We are based in the Midlands. We are here to take calls. So get in touch with us, basically.
Brilliant.
Is what we're sort of leaning on to say, isn't it? That's
brilliant.
It. So I hope that's enough information today. Really.
Well, obviously this was episode 1 covering what Eclipse is.
Diagnostics.
What are diagnostics? What is it that we sell? Why do you need it? What it can sort of cover nowadays. And as we said, it covers pretty much anything with an ECU now.
I will say wheels, but don't have wheels. But that's essentially where Jaltest is and where we are backing that up.
Brilliant.
As a supplier. So,
well, if you are interested, you know where to find us.
Thank you for watching our Eclipse Exchange podcast. If you did enjoy watching, hit the like, comment, subscribe button, and then the bell icon for all of our future updates.
I'll see you soon.